Welcome to Kansas. That deer was in my face at 25 yards. He was so fired up.
Man, this has been a long time coming. All right, here we go. I'm in the truck, headed to Kansas. We got about an 8-hour drive, but I'm going down with my really good friend, Nolan Redeker. He's got a lot of really good bucks showing up, and I just cannot wait to get down there, have a little bit of a change in scenery, and man, I'm excited to get in the tree.
Right, well, we just got set up. Nolan is finally in the blind. He had a Thanksgiving to go to today, but it's just a little bit after 3 o'clock. This is an awesome spot. We've got 2 cedars right next to each other, and we tucked ourselves in here. And right before Nolan got here, there was an absolute stud 10-pointer out in this field to the west of us, and I rattled. And as you guys are gonna be able to see, within 3 minutes of when I rattled, that deer was in my face at 25 yards, and just, the buck came in, wrapped around. I thought it was going to be a perfect 15-20 yard shot, and I'm not sure if the wind swirled or what the deal was, but he spooked out of here pretty bad. So, but the good news is there's quite a few different bucks in this spot that have the green light, so with any luck, one of those will come in here tonight. They always come out right there. He's across the fence. Well, we got about an hour left, and man, what a hunt this has been. I was just telling Nolan I really don't want this to ever end, but we just had a stud 8 that no one's never even seen before. We could hear him raking, and so we got set up, got ready, and the next thing you know, he's working down this fence line right at us. But he just never fully committed. I don't know if no motion and Decoy hurt him, or if he just didn't want to jump the fence, or what the story was, but got 3 more bucks. I got the green light in here that we're still waiting on, so you just never know what might show up. Mooring number 2 here in Kansas. Alright, well, it's this evening of the second day here in Kansas, and I just had another little buck come in. 3 yards. He came postured up to that decoy. He was so fired up, and he did it exactly how I want. So just need a mature buck to do that, which I know that's a lot to ask for, but this is the spot. I just feel it. Hope my luck changes tonight. It was an awesome encounter. And hopefully we get a lot more where that came from here tonight. The does are really starting to pop out now, but just waiting on a mature buck.
there's quite a few deer there in the field at the end of the night, so decided to sneak out of there, get back to the truck and get this interview. But man, it just seems like our bad luck streak is never going to end. Another incredible night in that fence line. Saw lots of deer, multiple mature bucks, and what a grueling encounter that was, watching that deer come all the way down the fence line and just needed that last little bit to commit. But man, it's a lot to ask for, so I think we're gonna ditch the decoy from now on. It's fun to hunt over decoys, but it really takes the right buck in the right mood, and with not very many days left, I just got to get it done. So Nolan and I are headed out right now to go put out a ground blind, and should be a fun time. Hopefully we can get it done in the morning.
All right, here we go. Morning of the 24th. Third day in Kansas, third morning. Nolan and I came in here and set this ground blind up last night on this clover plot. We've got rain and south winds, so it's not ideal conditions, but at least I'm staying dry. Our bad luck streak just continues and continues and continues, and just doesn't seem to have any end in the near future. Last night we had an awesome encounter. Had a buck coming to the decoy from 300 yards away, posture and ears back, and he just would not fully commit to where I could get a shot. It was so frustrating, but there's still a lot of mature bucks on this farm. I'm having good hunts, so just got to keep it in perspective and keep going. You've got to be kidding me. What a deal. Almost immediately after I get done with the interview, I did a quick rattling sequence. And that bully buck came through, and I think I made a really good shot. I really do. It was 30 yards. I was able to draw, aim. It sounded like I smoked him, but I need to get out and look at the arrow, see what it looks like, and go from there. But let's go.
All right, well, I couldn't find the arrow at first, and so I decided just to go back to the house and watch the footage. And it appears I'm maybe a little bit further back and a little lower than what I thought. But I just came back out looking for the arrow again, and I was able to find it. And it's covered up pretty good and some pretty good blood. No stomach matter, no guts or anything like that on it, but we're just gonna continue to proceed with caution. I haven't tracked at all, just started to find my arrow. I'm gonna wait for Nolan to get back and his dad, and just go really slow from there. Just err on the side of caution and all this, so It's always fun. You just never know when you don't see the deer go down. So just decided to slow down, back out, and give him a whole bunch of time. All right, well, the rain's picked up a little bit, but Nolan and Justin came out, and we decided to come up and take up this blood trail, which probably is going to turn into more of a grid search than anything. But we found the arrow. There's pretty good blood on it. Obviously, with the rain, it's kind of starting to wash away. So we're just going to take this up pretty slowly, go to where that buck was standing, and make a game plan from there.
Blood? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's blood in there.
Yeah,
All that.
so much, man.
Let's go. Give me a hug, bro.
Oh, he didn't go anywhere.
Get your hands on him.
Let's go.
That thing's a tank.
Dude, look at that mass.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. Look at that. That is epic, dude. Man, this has been a long time coming, and it's awesome to see some of the hard work come to fruition. And really, it's not even any of my hard work. It's Nolan and Justin. I just want to thank those guys so much for letting me come down this week and hunt. And this is the buck they call the bully buck. And I think he's 5 years old. He's been on the farm for a long time and just wreaking havoc on some of these nice up-and-comers. And so I can't be more excited to get my hands around him and get a tag notched on this buck. So, man, what a fun hunt that was. All right, well, we finally found him. We gave him 4 hours. Just when you don't see him go down, it's always just better to err on the side of caution a little bit. And the entrance was a little bit further back, but he was quartered away. So he only went about 100, 150 yards and piled up. And man, this has just been a long time coming. I've been telling people I've had the best, worst season of my life. Just close call after close call, encounter after encounter. And it's just so fulfilling to actually be sitting behind a buck for once and being on the better end of the luck. So I just can't thank Justin and Nolan enough for letting me come down and hunt. I had 3 epic days of hunting, and to cap it off with a mature 5.5-year-old buck is more than I could have ever dreamed of. And I really love the state of Kansas. But Nolan has a ton of history with this buck. He's what they know as the bully buck, and I believe you have multiple sheds in history going back to 2022.
Yeah, so first time I can remember, knowing about the deer and, really knowing what deer it was probably 2023. As we know, thinking back, we think in 2023 he was probably a 3-year-old. Dad was hunting late season and always had this just, heavy rack 3-year-old come in and push all the other deer off. And that's kind of where he got his name, the bully buck. Dad saw him getting several fights with big mature deer that he won. And he always on that left side that he always grew kind of weird, had this dagger point that came off forward. And we really think that's how he, won so many fights is because of that point. But kind of like Ethan said, have a bunch of sheds off of him. And, always just been the king of the farm ever since he was, as young as a 3-year-old. So really enjoyed having Ethan in camp. His season and I, we both had kind of a similar year. Both been hard at it, both been after specific bucks. So, calling each other after every single hunt, saying didn't get it done today, hopefully tomorrow, that type of thing. But really cool to have him in town and see some success. Gives me some hope for my season going forward.
Yeah, like I said, I just can't thank you guys enough for letting me come down, and it's truly a team effort. It's always fun to be able to share these experiences with some of your best friends, and that's what it's all about. I just definitely had the hunting camp feel, and now I'm going to head back to Iowa, and I got a few target bucks that are still showing up. Hopefully late season will be good, but as always, guys, I really appreciate the support, and thanks for watching.